Welcome back to the channel. Back at work. It is early November 2021. Looking forward to 2020. A lot is happening in the political landscape. The recent elections across the nation has shown the Republican Party is seems to be coming back and gaining ground. I guess Americans that vote or have voted seem to not care about the future, I want to say. I'm not going to say care about Americans or care about themselves. I'm just going to say care about the future. Things like voting rights, abortion rights, education, um, and the way people look at education today. It's just in this country. It's just very interesting. I guess parents want to be teachers in these suburban, all mainly Republican white areas where they don't want their kids to go to school wearing a mask, and public safety and health is secondary or tertiary to how I feel about politics or how I feel about things. Um, I think people are voting with their feelings, and it's shown in this election. Everyone seems to be unhappy with Joe Biden for some weird reason. I don't know why. Or not everyone, but these people that voted Republican. It's the way the media is making out to be, like Virginia being one. Um, Joe Biden won Virginia, and Virginia is like the focal point of this. Joe Biden won Virginia by over a 10-point margin, and now Virginia has flipped back to what looks like a red state. And I was reading this New York Times article about this the thinking behind people that vote. And in wealthy white neighborhoods like Scarsdale, which is a few miles from where I live, places like Beverly Hills, Malibu, where you have a stable. I want to say stable, where you have a stable family um, households of families where the parents make over six figures. They're not may not be millionaires, but they do well enough to be comfortable, regardless of who the president is. I said my household makes over six figures, and if Trump is president or Biden's president, I still eat food. My kids still go to school. We still do the things we want to do. We still go on vacation, regardless of who's president at the time. So I don't vote for a president to make my life better. And I think that's the point the New York Times article missed out. People like, and I don't want to say us because I'm not wealthy. I'm not as wealthy as some of my white neighbors. I said this on one of my previous videos. Like, I live with white neighbors that seem to have more money than I will ever have, um, but have the same qualifications and the same background as me. It's very interesting. So I don't have that kind of money, but I don't need a president to determine, if I'm gonna live the next 4 years, buying new cars and buying a bigger house and putting gas in my car. I don't need a president to do that for me. So, and I'm assuming my white counterpart in Scarsdale or Beverly Hills or Malibu um, also votes like, oh, Biden, Trump, whoever's going to be president is not going to make me poor or richer. Um, Maybe richer, but not poorer. Certainly, I'm comfortable. Not worried about certain things. But what I am worried about is social welfare of people you know, that live outside my neighborhood. I'm worried about global warming and public health, right? COVID is not COVID anymore. It's a public health crisis now. It's not a COVID crisis. I think it's public health. It was a pandemic that was fixed with the vaccine and wearing a mask. But it's now a public health crisis. And when you vote with something like COVID in your mind, you vote for public health. You want public health, right? Public health is important to me. You vote a certain way for that, because saying I don't want to wear a mask because I don't feel like it, or I don't want to take the vaccine because I heard my cousin's friend's husband's wife said Bill Gates was putting chips in it, because I feel it's government looking telling me what to do. No. So I think Republicans or people that vote that way tend to vote feelings. People that vote blue, Democratic people, vote mentally, right? And I don't know if poor Republicans or Republicans that vote from a poor Working class is what they call them, or non-college educated, non-educated class of people, if they vote for presidents or politicians as a lottery ticket. Is Donald Trump my lottery ticket? So I'm going to vote for him. Is this Republican person that's selling me snake oil? And that's all they do. I watch some of the debates, the political ads even in my state, and it's all like, well, the Democrats are going to take this away from you. The Democrats are going to do this. It's all about what the Democrats are doing. It's not about what I'm going to do for you, right? The Democrats are communists. They're going to take your rights away. They're going to take your guns away. They're going to do this to you. It's not about what I'm going to do, right? And I think they sell that very well. And I think since the pandemic, I've been very disappointed. If you look at it as a credit rating, the human race, me before the pandemic, maybe had like a B rating or a rating, not a triple A, but an A rating, right? I put the human race, Americans, I live in America. So from my perspective in America, at a high standard before the pandemic, I felt like, you know what? We could do this, Einstein always said, I think it was Einstein, one of the great scientists, said, in their old age, they grew up optimistic, and I think they died a pessimist. And in the pessimistic old age, they said the human race, all right, is only as smart as the stupidest person on the planet. Any species is only as smart as the stupidest person in that species. Any species is only as fast as the slowest person in that species, right? Any species is only as strong as the weakest person in that species, right? Any species is only as rich as the poorest person in that species. Same goes for the human race or the human species, right? We're only as rich, poor, smart, quick as the slowest, poorest, dumbest people in our civilization, right? And Donald Trump proved that. What's happening now is proving it, right? I could be a millionaire in my tower right now, my office, right? But if the people down below, right, for every one person like me, there's maybe hundreds of people down below whose vote counts the same as my one vote, could vote in Donald Trump in office, and I'm stuck up here, right? So my political wisdom, or my wisdom, right, is silenced, right? I'm only as smart as the dumbest people around me, whether they live next door to me, whether they work in my office. I'm only as dumb as them, right? Because their votes matter, what they feel matter, what they're going through matters. And as a Democratic voter, I used to care. I still do care. I care about people. I won't let anyone that I see or come in touch with, I won't let anyone suffer or anything like that. Even if, like I said, they're of a different political persuasion, I wouldn't let them suffer, because at the end of the day, I'm a human being. We're all human beings, but just eye-opening stuff, guys. 2021, it looks like 2022 is going to be the year of the Republicans again. It looks like they're coming back. We got Biden, but we lost a lot of, I don't even know if they're important yet, but it looks like what the media is saying, we lost a lot of important seats across the country. So I'll see you guys next time.